As populations expand, mega kitchens emerge worldwide. The sheer scale of these kitchen disasters has overwhelmed our armed forces. Without a viable cooking solution, population sizes are unmanageable.
Hello and welcome to Spatula Bachelor, and this week I'm gonna show you guys how to make a fucking great meal. I'm gonna show you maggots how to make some blue corn chip covered cod. And I'm gonna do the instructions all nice and slow like so you can try and follow along. And I want every one of you cooksmen and cookswomen out there to follow them to the letter. And if you get all that right, then you will have a fucking great meal. So, let's get cooking. Hooah! To start off, you're gonna need some cod. I'd suggest getting a fillet, but a cod steak will also work out. Take your cod and cut it up into portions. Whatever size you like will work. Just need some good portions with sides so that we can dredge them in our flour and blue corn chips. First, dredge them in the seasoned flour. I'll show you the exact proportions of that seasoning in the description. Make sure you get all the sides covered in flour so that the moisture will stay inside the cod. Now, I'd suggest coating all of your cod before you move on to the next step, because you can reuse this seasoned flour, but if you get anything in the flour, you're not going to really want to reuse it. Next, we're going to dip the cod into an egg wash. That's just a beaten egg with a little bit of water put into it. Try and use your fingers as little as you can, otherwise this will become a sticky process. Once it's covered, let the excess egg wash drip off and then coat it in the crushed blue corn chips. Now, you might want to use a bigger container for your blue corn chips. I had to use this blue bowl to keep the continuity of design throughout the whole process. If your cod is breaking up from being moved around, you can hand coat it with the blue corn chips by tapping them against the bare and exposed weak points of your cod. Once your cod's all covered, let it sit and then get a large pot for your Spanish rice. I forgot to say, but we'll make it Spanish rice, so get to it. Start off by melting 1 tablespoon of butter and 1 tablespoon of olive oil together. Once it's all melted, add in 1 cup of uncooked white rice. Stir that rice in so that it's completely covered in the butter and oil, and let it cook until it's browned up. Once that rice has started to brown, you can add in your 1 cup of chicken broth. Once you add that, add in some seasoning to your rice and broth. Add in 3 parts chili powder, 2 parts garlic salt, and 1 part of cumin. Stir that all together and make sure it's nice and combined. Next, we're going to add in 1 cup of tomato sauce. You can also add in some oregano if you'd like, but mine already had some added in. This is also the point at which you can add in some crushed tomatoes if you feel like it, but I don't very much care for them, so I didn't add any. Once it's all mixed up, keep your heat on high until your rice mixture starts to boil. Once it's boiling, then you can cover it, turn the heat down to low, and let it simmer for 20 to 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, your rice should be ready. Give it a stir to make sure that it's not sticking to your pot too much, and check its flavor. After 25 minutes, if there's still liquid in the rice, let it simmer for a little longer, Otherwise, set it to the side till you're ready to serve. Next, get a pot filled with high heat oil. I'm using avocado oil. Let that oil heat up to around 365. Then, gently place in your cod and flip it after it is cooked for 3 minutes. By completely submerging the cod while we fry it, we're creating a nice, crunchy outer layer while keeping a light, chewy layer of the flesh inside. After your cod has cooked for 3 minutes on each side, pick it up out of the pot and let the excess oil drip off. Then, take it out and place it onto a bed of paper towels to soak up the excess oil. Do this for each piece of cod, and make sure not to overfill your pot because the heat will go down and the cod will not cook as thoroughly. Once each piece is done, and you pat off any excess oil, they're ready to plate and serve. You can see I also added in some black beans. You can find the recipe for that in Keva's Steak, video in the description. When I'm eating this, I like to squirt a little bit of lime or lemon on it, but you only want to do that once you're ready to eat, otherwise your crunchy coating will turn very soggy. And that is a damn good way to ruin the food you just made. And bam! That is how you're gonna cook this when you do it at home. And I want you to follow every fucking step to the letter. Because this food right here, right now, it tastes
really fucking good. Like, I'm sorry guys, I can't be really angry when I'm talking about how good this food is. It's fucking delicious. Like, this crust, I'm gonna throw some ADR in there so you can just hear how crunchy and nice it is. This all tastes really fucking great. So, if you don't have the oil to completely submerge your cod pieces, it's alright. You can just put a little bit of oil and flip them, but you want to make sure that when you're doing that, that you get all the sides really completely cooked, because it's not going to cook as quickly if it's not submerged all the way in oil. But yes, this is fucking tasty as hell. And I would suggest adding a little something to make it look more colorful. Because right now, as you can see, this is a very, 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 very dark plate just covered in black and red. So it's not gonna look very shiny and pretty, but it tastes fucking amazing. So that's Spatula Bachelor. See you next time.
Bang bang, bang bang bang, pew, pew pew pew, pew 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 pew.
Farms begin their biggest season of production in years.
People are taking to the streets to reclaim their cooking independence.
With new cooking techniques, the future is once again bright for humanity.